Our Easter service on April 20th, 2025, at Red River Unitarian Universalist Church was called Essence of Spring and was presented by the worship team. Welcome from Red River Unitarian Universalists. Thank you for joining us. The religion we practice in this church is centered in the here and now, rather than the hereafter. It is more of a thinking kind of religion than a believing kind. It is governed more by reason than by tradition, more concerned with the present than the past. It is concerned with getting the most out of life, with living wisely and well. A major aim for us is continually expanding our understanding of life and ourselves. This church is a community of people who share in the free and open search for a level of understanding that will enable us to be more fully and effectively alive. The church does not tell us what we must believe. It stimulates us to think. It supports us in our search. You are welcome to join us. Our centering value is love, with transformation, generosity, equity, interdependence, justice, and pluralism.
Easter is a holiday of miracles. It is life from death, joy from sorrow, celebration from mourning. Easter reminds us that all is never lost, that the story continues as long as we are here to tell it. So gather up your worries. We are going to bury them beneath the ground and watch them transform into flowers of hope, pushing through the earth, reminding us on Easter morning that love brings us back to life, calls us from sadness, from grief, from anxiety, into a world renewed and alive and filled with joy once again. As is our custom, if you'd like to come and light a candle for a joy, a challenge, or just to bring more light into this room, please do so while we sit in stillness listening to the prelude.
Grass and root, birds to heal.
Please rise and body your spirit for our chalice lighting and spoken affirmation. We light our chalice with the words by Adina Danoff, Chalice for the Earth. We light this chalice for the earth, of which we all are part. We pledge to care for what it needs and hold it in our heart. Join me as together we remind ourselves of the affirmation that is a cornerstone of our free faith tradition. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth and freedom, and to help one another. We light this peace candle to remind us of all the places in the world where there is no peace. Join me in the words now on the screen. Lead me from death to life, from falsehood to truth. Lead me from despair to hope, from fear to trust. Lead me from hate to love, from war to peace. Let peace fill our hearts, our world, our universe. You may be seated. Who has our stewardship moment? Somebody come ask for money.
We have extended our stewardship pledge time by a couple of extra weeks because we didn't come close to making our budget yet. And we are still at about 52% of it. This is desperate. Talk to me. Jim is really the ramrod of this. Talk to him, Carol, but we have to do something. We have to either give the money or raise the money, but we need money. That's the least popular topic in any church, but we have to keep the doors open and the lights on. Together, as a body, I think we can do this. I know we can do this. We will figure it out, but all of you start thinking hard because it's time. It's past time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
On this beautiful Sunday morning, we are here to be aware and celebrate Easter, Earth Day, and Flower Communion. Quite a list for just 1 hour this morning. We have asked congregational members to submit photos, poems, songs, things that reminded them of spring so they could be included in this service. We did have one person that took the time. These will be shared during the morning. In addition, we will have a planting ritual to then be shared in our Monarch Way station. We're going to begin this morning with a story of Norbert Chapek's flower ceremony by Teresa Schwartz and David Schwartz. His mother was a devout Catholic. His father, agnostic. He became an acolyte at age 10 and in 1890 at St. Martin's Catholic Church. In the years that followed, he became disillusioned. His priest was a cynic. At 18, apprenticed to his uncle, a successful tailor in Vienna, Norbert discovered the Baptists and became a minister. He founded almost a dozen churches from Ukraine to Budapest. Yet slowly, his faith became more and more liberal. He left Bohemia under government threat and accepted a call to serve a Baptist church in New York City until one day in 1919. That day he wrote in his diary, "I cannot be a Baptist anymore, even in compromise. The fire of new desires, new worlds, is burning inside me," unquote. Norbert and his wife, Maya Chapek, joined a Unitarian church in New Jersey in 1921 for the same reason that a whole lot of people do. Their children like the religious education program. That's the power of our Sunday school teachers. World War I ended. His home country, now independent, he and Maya returned home to Czechoslovakia. His Unitarian church was the Prague Liberal Religious Fellowship. In just 20 years, his church had 3,200 members. The traditional Christian communion service of bread and wine wouldn't meet the needs of his congregation because his church, like ours, had people who believed different things. Chapek turned to the beauty of the countryside, to the beauty of flowers. In 1923, he developed the flower ceremony. He asked his congregants to bring a flower to church from their gardens, the field, the roadside. He invited each person to place their flower in a vase. There was the church community, no less unique for being united. Following the service, each person could take a flower from the vase, a different one than they had brought. Chapek was a visionary minister with a church ahead of its time, a bold church, a church thinking beyond its doors, beyond what it thought possible. It was a church that was willing to take risks, to make tough decisions, to bear disappointment, and to build a new way. First, by building a church, and that church could build up the world. That is our church. That is Chapek's church. For this, the Gestapo arrested him in 1942. The Nazis accused Chapek of listening to foreign broadcasts and sent him to the Dachau concentration camp. Even in starvation and torture, he held a flower ceremony with his fellow prisoners, finding whatever flowers they could among the weeds of the camp. They testified to a beauty larger than themselves and a love that would outlive them. The Nazis killed Norbert Chapek, but his spirit, courage, and commitment live on today. Those qualities have passed now to us to make them real. His wife, Maya, brought the flower ceremony to the Unitarian Church in Cambridge, Massachusetts in 1940. What we are about to do is not a historical reenactment of something done over and done, but an affirmation of our continuity with generations of struggle for ever-widening liberty. This flower ceremony, lovely though it is, isn't a diversion from ugly reality, but a gentle fierceness which proclaims that in the midst of sinister days, there is always the light of beauty. We are here not to recall something that happened, but to remember something that is happening, to remember, to put it back together again. And in that remembering, may we put ourselves back together again, each as a part of the body of this community, one out of many, one. Today, we celebrate this ritual of solemnity and joy as Chapek asked his people to bring a flower and celebrate, so shall we. At this time, we will play some flower music while you bring your flowers to the bowl and to create a flower community. If you don't have a flower for any reason, Please feel free to use one of the extras that we have on the AV desk back in the back.
Source of all to thee.
Within the heart of the flower, the fountain of beauty. Within the heart of community, a fire that warms and dances. Within the heart of each of us, a spark of the spirit of life. Holy, holy, holy. Flowers chant their wordless songs of color and scent, delighting like a joyful choir at dawn. I breathe in with my whole body, feeling how it is we grow, quietly rising together among spring's green and dew. The rhythm of seasons rolls ahead, and I, a shy blossom, voice my small prism of song. I am singing of the wonder of how roots so love the buds they bid them grow, unseen as they are, while the buds never look back. Join now for our time of practices with words, stillness, and music. Our words are from reading 492, Fragile and Rooted by Carolyn S. Owen Towle. See a blossom in your mind's eye. Allow it to fill the interior of your imagination. Greater perfection of form in nature cannot be imagined. With inward gaze, absorb each wondrous fluted petal. Slide down its humid surface until you drop as the dew into its velvety core. Immerse your senses in this safe chamber. Such fragile beauty gives impulse to weep. Slowly reverse the journey. As you ascend the shaft toward wider light, turn your imagination around and around to see its many facets. Stored within is the memory of all flowers. Marvel that this creation, while utterly fragile, yet undaunted, boldly buds forth, turning resolutely toward the sun. We, too, shimmer with expectation, exuding our own illumination, color, pulse, and scent. Vulnerable, still we venture our lives courageously toward hope and light, at once fragile and rooted.
Our next reading today is called Spring Surprise. It's by Christy Johnson. Everyone here will have a part in this reading. As you see on the screen, there are actors in our story. Each time one of the actors is mentioned, I want all of you to make the sound associated with that actor. This is going to keep you on your toes and your ears open. Now, to help with that, Kristen's going to come over so that she can do sounds too. So we're going to try and share this microphone. So let's try the sounds for the various actors. A squirrel. Sparrows. Cheep, 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 cheep. Mouse. Squeak, 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 squeak. Frogs.
Ribbit,
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 ribbit.
ribbit. Tadpoles. Grass. Whoa. The pond. Blip, plip, plop. Blip, plop. Peepers. Beep, 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 beep. The nighthawk. Scream, scream. The daffodils. Da, da, da. Okay, is everybody ready? Yes. Okay, so on with our story. It wasn't a particularly hard winter that year, but it was long and dreary and colorless. No wonder then that when the first winds of March blew warm breath across the land and the land began to green, the wild creatures on 4 feet and on wing took notice. The first creature, small brown mouse, squeak, 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 sat back on her haunches and smelled the warm air. She knew what this meant. The green time was coming, and the first small shoots of grass, which tasted so very good, would begin to show themselves. Ah, sighed the little brown mouse. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Tender grass. Ooh. To nibble on and to line my nest for my babies. The small brown mouse, squeak, 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 was not the only creature glad to smell spring in the air. The fuzzy-tailed squirrel scampered to and fro up and down the trees. He paused a moment to watch a sparrow cheep, 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 and her mate work on their nest. Mrs. Sparrow cheep, 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 wanted to line the nest with soft lint and grass. Ooh. In a particular way. Mr. Sparrow
Cheep, cheep.
was getting tired of her bossing, and soon he flew off and hid behind a daffodil, which was nodding in the breeze. Fuzzy-tailed squirrel shook his tail and scampered off. He remembered a spot where he had hidden a particularly juicy horse chestnut. He hoped that the little brown mouse had not found it. High overhead, Nighthawk surveyed the land. His favorite tree was still there, and his neighbor, fuzzy-tailed squirrel, was there too. He passed his winters far to the south, but he was always glad to return to his home. The trees were all fuzzy and green with baby leaves, and flowering trees were bright and with colored petals. And over there were the daffodils, waving and nodding to him. The warm spring sun shone down upon the land, upon the grass that glowed with green vigor, upon the little brown mouse, squeak, 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 as she put the finishing touches on her nest, and upon the daffodils. Also, the sun gave warmth to the wings of the nighthawk as he soared upon the wind and beamed upon the sparrow family as they worked a bit more cooperatively this time on their nest. The sun gleamed at the fuzzy-tailed squirrel as he scampered about. It even glittered upon the pond, far below. Down in the deep of the pond, where the water never quite froze, even in deep midwinter, the warmth of the sun began to heat the water until suddenly the frogs popped out of their winter mud nests. Tadpoles began to swim in the sun-warmed pond, and they dreamed of jumping high into the air to see the grass. At the edge of their world, the peepers peep, 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 joined the chorus, and the pond added to the music and the colors of spring. And there in the musical, colorful world where the grass was green and the daffodils nodded in the breeze, where the tadpoles dreamed and swam in the warm waters of the pond, and where the fuzzy-tailed squirrels scampered in the trees as the nighthawk settled into his tree while the sun shone down on the little brown mouse had her babies. The sparrows laid 4 eggs, and what had been the promise of a spring became the fulfillment of it. Our next reading is For the Flowers Have the Gift of Language by Richard S. Gilbert. Speak, flowers, speak. Why do you say nothing? The flowers have the gift of language. In the meadow, they speak of freedom, creating patterns wild and free as no gardener could ever match. In the forest, they nestle, snug carpets, under the roof of leaf and branch, making a rug of such softness at end tip of branches they cling briefly before bursting into fruit sweet to taste. Flowers, can you not speak of our sadness, and hope to our fear? Can you not say how it is with you that you color the darkest corner? The flowers have the gift of language, and the occasion of birth, they are buds before bursting. At the occasion of birth, they are buds before bursting. At the ceremony of love, they unite two lovers in beauty. At the occasion of death, they remind us how lovely life is. Oh, would that you had a voice, silent messengers of hope. Would that you could tell us how you feel, arrayed in such beauty. The flowers have the gift of language. In the dark depths of a death camp, they speak the light of life. In the face of cruelty, they speak of courage. In the experience of ugliness, they bespeak the persistence of beauty. Speak, messengers, speak, for we would hear your message. Speak, messengers, speak, for we need to hear what you would say. For the flowers have the gift of language. They transport the human voice on winds of beauty. They lift the melody of song to our ears. They paint through the eye and the hand of artists. Their fragrance binds us to sweet-smelling earth. May the blessing of the flowers be upon you. May their beauty beckon to you each morning, and their loveliness lure you each day, and their tenderness caress you each night. May their delicate petals make you gentle, and their eyes make you aware. May their stems make you sturdy, and their reaching make your care.
We sing of golden mornings, we sing of sparkling seas, of prairies, valleys, mountains, of stately forest trees. We sing of flashing sunshine, of life bestowing rain, of birds among the branches, as springtime come again. We sing the heart courageous, the youthful eager mind. We sing of hopes undaunted, of friendly ways and kind. We sing of roses waiting beneath the deep piled snows. We sing the earth's great splendor, whose beauty round us glows.
A veil of gray defeats the sun as liquid life makes rivers run. The pasture grows, now dull from frost, tries to regain a life near lost. The constant drum on metal roof makes a soothing sound and is nature's proof that life will surely be retold when sun regains its joyful hold. The thunder grumbles deep and low with distant flashes and afterglow, where towering clouds of rose and white portend the shade of starless night. The evening breeze begins to die, and birds rejoin with roosting cry. Cattle march towards loafing sheds with steady gait and swaying heads. The pond first shows a dimpled face as droplets spread, then dance in place, as spurts jump up as to escape and then fall back to seal their fate. The ducks seek acorns up the draw with heads submerged and bulging claw. They paddle deep with tails aflutter, then rise and breathe, and quacks do mutter. Their gossip fills the rain-drenched air as they work the slough without a care. One old hen has much to say, so this much be a ducky day. The dog just lies and looks outside. Her bladder's full, but she has pride. No wetted paws for her to date. Her looks tell me, I think I'll wait. Oh, rain, you mean so much to me. Too bad for dog, such misery. But you will herald springtime bloom, so I accept this day of gloom. From the Ute Native people of North America. Earth, teach me freedom as the eagle which soars in the sky. Earth, teach me regeneration as the seed which rises in the spring. Earth, teach me to remember kindness as dry fields weep with rain. Again, our church is supported by its congregation. Please give generously. Remember that every offering is a share the bowl offering, which undesignated cash is given to the charities we support, separate from the other money we talked about. The bowl awaits, or you may donate online.
Spring has now unwrapped the flowers, day is fast reviving. Life in all her growing powers towards the light is striving. Gone the iron touch of cold, winter time and frost time. Seedlings working through the mold now make up for lost time. All the world with beauty fills, gold the green enhancing. Flowers make merry on the hills, set the meadows dancing. Earth puts on her dress of glee, flowers and grasses hide her. Go we forth in charity, one and all beside her.
To honor Earth Day, we are going to have a ritual of planting flowers today. It is based on a seed ritual written by Diana Smith. And no, you don't have to go outside in the rain. For this ritual, first we're going to take a cup, and I've filled it with soil and compost. This is a special seed mix. So it's for germinating seeds. And this soil is earth nourishing our seeds, our life. Compost is mixed in with this soil because what is dead is still part of our world and nourishes new life. Nothing can live without all that came before it, without being part of the cycle of life. In this way, the legacy of the past comes into today to nourish our dreams and our future. You're going to make a little hole in the very center about a half an inch deep. We must create safe places, containers to honor the deep work that we each must do to grieve, to hope, to comfort. This hole represents what holds us. We know that we must grow out of it, and we need this place. Then you'll take a zinnia seed and place it in the hole. You can place a second or third next to the first. This is because we cannot do this work alone. None of us can. We're all in this together. So then you'll cover your seeds and sprinkle a little water over the dirt. I think we need a spray instead of a stream. Let's see if this works. Nope, that's off. So you'll spray a little bit of water over it. It'll probably need a little bit more watering later, but we don't want to have it go through our pots onto the table. And this is the water of life. While you are pouring a small amount of water on your planted seed, I invite you to think of all the blessing water brings to our life, the sacredness of water and water justice as you do this. For water is life. We're going to keep these here and give them to Paula. She is going to take them home and make sure they get watered and that they grow. And then in May, we will have a planting to take them out and plant them in our monarch flower garden. As you are returning to your seat, please take a flower with you from our community arrangement to remember our community and your part in it. Since we started on this side, we'll start over here.
In colors bright and essence sweet, like flowers we blossom when we meet. O source of life, our song we raise. This beauty fills our hearts with praise. In colors bright and essence sweet, like flowers we blossom when we meet. O source of life, our song we raise. This beauty fills our hearts with praise. In colors bright and essence sweet, like flowers we blossom when we meet. O source of life, our song we raise. This beauty fills our hearts with praise. In colors bright and essence sweet, like flowers we blossom when we meet. O source of life, our song we raise. This beauty fills our hearts with praise. In colors bright and essence sweet, like flowers we blossom when we meet. O source of life, our song we raise. This beauty fills our hearts with praise. In colors bright and essence sweet, like flowers we blossom when we meet. O source of life, our song we raise. This beauty fills our hearts with praise. Like flowers we blossom when we meet. O source of life, our song we raise. This beauty fills our hearts with praise. In colors bright and essence sweet, like flowers we blossom when we meet. O source of life, our song we raise. This beauty fills our hearts with praise. In colors bright and essence sweet, like flowers we blossom when we meet. O source of life, our song we raise. This beauty fills our hearts with praise. Earth was given as a garden cradle for humanity, tree of life and tree of knowledge, place for our discovery. Here was home for all your creatures, born of land and sky and sea, all created in your image, all to live in harmony. Show to us again the garden where all life flows fresh and free. Gently guide your sons and daughters into full maturity. Teach us how to trust each other, how to use for good our power, how to touch the earth with reverence, then once more we'll eat and fly. Bless the earth and all your children, one creation, make us whole, interwoven, all connected, planet-wide and inmost soul. Holy Mother, life bestowing, bid our waste and warfare cease. Fill us all with the grace o'erflowing. Teach us how to live in
I invite you to rise in body or spirit for the closing thought, benediction, and extinguishing the chalice. For all those who celebrate the resurrection of Jesus, may this day be another affirmation of divine love and promise. For all those who see the eternal story of new spring and life beginning anew, May you breathe deeply of a season of promise and hope. For all who are experiencing despair or hopelessness this Easter, may you find the darkness or depression a doorway to light and warmth that offers you freedom. For all of us, together we can do what no one isolated person can do. Rolling the heavy stone aside reminds us we are far more powerful than we ever could be on our own. Our offering of strong hands to help, our prayers made real. Let us begin again to love. Within our hands, we hold the resurrection of the world. Transient and imperfect, these blossoms are still gifts of infinite value, like ourselves. Too often, we seek performance and perfection, resisting change, blind to our shortcomings. We become caught up in the petty issues and routine activity of our daily lives. But may these flowers serve as a reminder as they allow themselves to open to the heavens. For despite their imperfections, they still have integrity. And though they are transient, they contain the seeds of transcendence, like ourselves. Let us then also open ourselves to mystery and wonder, fretting not about small mishaps or even, for now, great misfortune. For the resurrection of the world is at our fingertips. The resurrection lies within us. Please join me in saying the words to extinguish our chalice. We extinguish these flames, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Go in peace, return in love.
Anyone who didn't pick up a flower?